back when I was growing up, of course, segregation. And we used to go to, it was Alexander's part of the time and City Barbecue part of the time. And we would go there to eat. And the area to the left was a smaller area, and that was for black people to go to. And then the right side was for white people to go to. It was a larger dining room, bigger place. And, it was kind of odd because you're sitting there thinking, okay, why would you separate it out? But yet it was a part of life. That was a part of segregation. And I remember the first time I went in, and there was a black family sitting in there when things had, lightened up and people were mixing up more, I guess you could say. And I noticed it because I'd never seen a black family in that restaurant before. And it was different.
Tennessee. Well, I think it's been nice that, the generations before me established the type of barbecue we have and the reputation. I'm just following behind the other generations, but we're just trying to carry on now what the old timers did years ago. The Stamies and the Becks and so forth that started off, and even Mr. Tussey and Mr. Davis who trained me. All these people, they worked for Stamey at one time too, so we all sort of come from the same source. And we're all sort of like cousins, really. We're not kin, but a lot of the guys running places today are my age, or else their son is running it now. So we take pride in it. It's been good to us, and it's a mutual thing. It worked good for me. I'm not going to change it. We got 3 generations working here, so. Well, of course, we're still cooking the same way we did when I started 58 years ago. It's still the same thing. We're still cooking barbecue shoulders in Lexington. We use wood to cook on. We enclosed pit. We're cooking about 2 foot above the hot coals. Most of it's oak, part of it's hickory, but that's what we cook with. We can't use pine or anything like that. We try to cook every day. We might miss 1 or 2 days a year, but we try to cook every day. What we're cooking right now is for supper or dinner tonight. And then what's left over will start me off the next day. So we stay about roughly a half a day behind on cooking, but it's because we need 10 or 12 hours to cook. The man that cooks the barbecue has a 11-hour shift. That's to come in, load the pit, after he's cleaned it, of course, and cook those shoulders and then drain the grease out of them after they're done. You don't just cook it and turn it loose. You got to know a little bit of something about what you're doing. You got to have a little experience there. You got to drain the grease out of it. You don't want it fat. You don't want it greasy. And that's what we do. We just do it every day and every day and every day. I'll take about an 18-pound shoulder raw. We'll cook it down to 11 pounds. Then after we take the scrap and bone out of it, we got about 7 pounds. So you can see 18 pounds goes down to about 7. So a lot of scrap, a lot of shrinkage. But we think the shoulder is the best cut. We like it better than a ham. Ham's a little on the dry side. It's good, but we think it's a little dry. So what we know is what we do.
Barbecue is still very important for us. We've made a name for ourselves. It's a part of our heritage. It's who Lexington is. You know, we have a lot of people and a lot of things that are associated with Lexington. People who have, like Bob Timberlake, you know, with Lexington. We have icons. And, you know, furniture was very big. When I was growing up, you couldn't park on Railroad Street because to go shopping or anything because there were no parking spots, and now of course it's empty. So we've kind of held on to that image and that icon of the barbecue for our town because it's been here. We've made a name for ourselves.
It's something that we still hold as a treasure, but we've lost our furniture industry and most of our other factories, and barbecue is one thing we still have left holding on to.
I think it's pretty important to Lexington. You know, we've lost a lot over the years. We've lost textiles, we've lost furniture, we've seen a lot of our industries downsize because of foreign competition. And you know, I've been involved in that a little bit. You know, you watch things, and one thing that's always kind of been a constant for Lexington has been barbecue. You see folks come from out of town. You know, you talk to somebody, well, I'm from Charlotte and this is the first time I've had Lexington barbecue, or I'm from Texas and this is the first time I've had Lexington barbecue, but I've had Texas barbecue, but I like yours better, or
Right.
I could eat yours a couple times a week where I'd only want mine maybe once. You know, and it makes a difference. I think, you know, it's something I think a lot of folks around town have pride in.
Yeah, I really like it. Oh, I've never had it like that. That's